What's up, YouTube? We are back with another video. My name is Crystal Denitra, and thank you for tuning in to Truth TV Podcast. Listen, y'all, I was trying to catch this sun before it went down, but I just wanted to make a video in a different atmosphere instead of being inside of the house. So, as you know, this channel is predicated upon narcissistic and domestic abuse. I welcome you guys to take this healing journey with me. I've been on this journey, I would say, fully for about 90 days now. 90 days, I've been smoke free. I haven't been drinking. I haven't been hanging with the same people that I was hanging with. God just has me on a different path. And again, I am outside. So if you hear dogs barking, as you can hear, the airplane is going by. I definitely apologize about that. But sometimes we just have to get out of our element to be somewhere else to, get a different headspace. So that's what I wanted to do today. And I was really trying to catch the sun before it went down, child, but I couldn't. But anyway, today we're going to talk about friends versus frenemies. Um, you know, the word friends is something that I don't take loosely or lightly. When we think of friends, we think of people who comfort us, people who are there for us in our time of need. Even if we don't need anything, they're always supportive people. They're a shoulder to lean on, a shoulder to cry on. People that motivate you, people that put you in a good headspace. They motivate you daily. They tell you good things that you want to hear, and then they tell you things that aren't so good that you want to hear, but things that you really need to hear. Frenemies are people who pretend to be your friend. They are people who put on a good front of pretending like they're one thing, but they're really something else. And doing this healing recovery journey, God had to separate me from people who I thought were my friends, people who when I came around, it's all about what I can do for them, not necessarily what we can do for each other. Um, People who just want to take from you. Um, I can give you guys a couple of examples. And jealousy and hate is so real. I talked about this on the channel previously, that how narcissistic and toxic people, they're really jealous of you because you have a light that shines within you, and people hate that light. They hate the fact that other people love you. They hate the fact that when you walk in a room, people stare at you. They hate the fact that you are just who you are. And most of the time on social media, people will never hit that like button just because it's you. And I had to realize that in order for me to elevate and go to the next level, my sweater is kind of slouchy, y'all. I'm sorry. In order to elevate and go to the next level, I had to go through this isolation period, and it's one of the hardest things I had to do, because I'm feeling like, God, did you forget about me? Why are you taking all of these people away that I thought were my friends? But once I thought about it, and once I, had a chance to basically do some self-reflection, I figured out that they weren't ever my friends. People will try to, be jealous of you on the slide, make little slick comments, always try to put you down underhandedly. And they talking about you behind your back. That's, typically how it goes. But the biggest thing for me is that I'm using my discernment to make better decisions as far as who I allow in my space. My peace is so important that I feel like I can't just have anybody around me. Most people don't understand me anyway. Like, it takes a lot for people to, kind of understand my personality. Like I told you guys before, I'm a really funny person. I love cracking jokes and stuff. And you guys really haven't seen that, because most of the topics that I talk about are serious topics. So I try to keep it serious. But in hindsight, I'm really a good friend, and I was a good friend to a lot of people. And people misuse me. People misjudge me. They mistook my kindness for weakness. And that's one of the biggest mistakes that you can make to a person that I feel is genuine. I've had some genuine people in my life as well, and things didn't work out for whatever reason. But, I always try to stay true to who I am. But some examples of frenemies, and one of them is actually a subscriber. I don't know if she's paying attention, but I no longer associate myself with her because the last time we were supposed to go out, she texted me like 2 weeks before the event. And I really wasn't trying to go anyway, just because I know how she is when it's time to go somewhere. So I kind of just like put it in the back of my mind. But then when the day came, I was free. I was done working or whatever the case was. And I'm like, well, why not go out? I went out, bought me an outfit, had my hair done and braids or whatever. And then I'm calling when it's time to go. And I feel like she kept spinning me. That's what people will do. People will get you geeked up to do things and purposely knowing that they really don't want you there. You know what I'm saying? They will geek you up to make you think that you're wanted. And then turns out it's just some jealousy stuff. Like, it was because a gentleman was there that she was dating, basically, long story short. And I guess she had a problem with me meeting this person or, whatever. I don't know what she thought, but I ain't never been no man snatcher. That's one thing that you don't have to worry about because whatever you dealt with, I definitely don't want. That's number one. Number two, I'm just not that type of person. You know what I'm saying? But people are filled with so much jealousy, envy, and hate that they think that if you get introduced to one of their friends or whatever, you going to automatically try to go after that person. And I'm like, well, why would I do that? But anyway, I just felt like she was spinning me around and around. And I know her to be a toxic person because she does that often. It's like dangling something up over somebody's head. Like, well, I want you to come with me, but then in the interim, I really don't want you to be there because I don't want you getting the shine. And that's pretty much what it is. But I'm such a laid back person. Like when I go places, I just sit back in the back and I just observe. I'm already tall and bright, so I don't have to do much to get seen. That's never been me. I'm never the loudest person in the room. I'm always just a chill, laid back type person. But when people hate the fact that other people love you, it really bothers them. You know what I'm saying? It bothers them to the point where they have to do, take little digs and say little things just to make you feel bad about, being in their presence. And my thing is, I'm not going to beg anybody to be anywhere. That's something that I will never do. So if you don't want me there, honey, trust me, you don't even have to send the invitation because I'm not coming. But it's just the point that, and I'm just looking around because I'm outside now. It's getting dark, y'all. We have to be mindful of the company that we keep. I look at this Shanquella Robinson case. I look at the Kanita Jenkins case. All of these people were around people who were toxic. People were just preying on their downfall. And we have to be mindful about who we're around. If you're always around somebody and they always want something, they can never pour into you, but they're always asking for this. They asking for a drink. They asking for a smoke. They asking for a ride. It's all about them. Those are not your people. And best believe God has people lined up for you, that will be good to you and you will be good for them. So just keep in mind that, toxic people, they have this way to manipulate you to make you think that they're your friend, but they're really not. They have a way of kind of manipulating your brain to say, okay, well, because I did this, you have to do this. It's always a push and a pull with somebody. And that's not how friendships work. If you want to do something for someone out of the kindness of your heart, do that and be done with it. But you're not going to hold it over my head. You're not going to bring it up every time I see you. I feel like that's not being a friend. In a couple of relationships, I just had to let go because I just felt like I was being more of a friend than they were being a friend to me. Now, some relationships, I'll be honest and say, I just dumped a lot of my stuff that I was going through with my ex-husband and, my family onto them, and they got burnt out, and you don't never want to be that friend that gets burnt out too. I could be the first one to admit that. One or two good friends that I burnt out because of my issues, we no longer talk. And I had to do some self-reflection on that. It's not fair to have a person dump all of their stuff on you because you wouldn't want nobody to do that to you. But, it was just me venting. It was me trying to figure out a way to escape, for the moment or for the day or whatever. But being a friend has a lot of benefits, if you are a good friend. I'm not talking about the bad friends. I'm talking about people who are actually good people. You know, those people will be beneficial in your life. So, you can't treat people bold. You can't, rag on people. You can't make people feel insignificant, and like I said, I will be the first one to admit that I wasn't always the best friend to people. I never consider people a best friend, quote unquote, that name, that nickname. But I wasn't always good to people, especially when I was going through what I was going through with my ex-husband, because that caused me to be angry. I was just walking around angry at everybody, and these people had nothing to do with anything. So it's a very thin line between being a good friend and a frenemy, because people will turn on you in the drop of a dime, and I'm not promoting to say, well, don't trust people. I have a hard time trusting myself, but, trust people at caution. Use precaution with whatever you do. Don't be so easy to call people a friend, because they may think you may think that you're being a friend to them, but they're not being a friend to you, and they don't even regard you when you're not around. So just be mindful of that, people. I just wanted to get on here and just say that I've been thinking about this for a couple of days now. I haven't been making my videos because I just been kind of in a funk, and I'm trying to get out of my funk. But this is what this channel is about. It's all about healing, and we're gonna definitely keep healing together. If you guys have any questions, you can always email me at truth.tvpodcast@gmail. Follow us over there on Instagram at truth_TV podcast. Like I said, I just wanted to get on here and talk about friends and frenemies. I can admit that I haven't been the best friend all the time, but to those who I was, and to the ones that really know me, they know that I'm a good person. They know that I have a good heart. And, it is some good people out here. You just have to learn how to give the right ones a chance. Don't be manipulated by people, especially the ones who are chosen. We know that we can't walk with everybody, and everybody can't walk with us. And that's just what it is. We can't allow everybody in our space and in our circle, because it's going to put a damper on what God has for us. So that's all I wanted to share. You guys have a beautiful night. I'm so mad that I did not catch the sun like I wanted to, but I will holler at you guys later. Peace.